Tracy. She tries to force her way in and gets it to fall. Three-point shot for Irwin. Perfect. Pierre Gustavo will take the shot from three-point range. Jess Tomaso answers right back with the three. Right on cue, it's Valenzola for three for Burley, and she sinks the basket. Dahlgren, who takes the quick shot. Liskoff lets it go and knocks it down. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside the gymnasium at Milford High School as Milford TV is happy to bring you coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics. This is Tim Coette on the call. I will be joined by Patrick Garapi on the broadcast in just a little while. Tonight we bring you the Lady Hawks basketball team once again, as tonight they welcome in their Davenport division rival, the Sharon Eagles. Milford enters into play this evening 7-2 overall on the season, 4-2 within league play. And the Sharon Lady Eagles, meanwhile, come in tied for fourth place position in the Davenport standings. They are 4-7 overall, 1-6, just one win in 7 attempts so far this season against league competition. The last time we covered this Lady Hawks team was just a couple of nights ago, back on Wednesday of this week. Milford taking on a non-conference opponent in the Hopedale Lady Blue Raiders, and that game was over pretty much right after it got underway. It was a very different landscape between the two teams going into that matchup. Milford, of course, an experienced bunch. Hopedale looking to grow as the seasons progress with a lot of underclassmen on their team, and Milford really showcased their experience through much of that game, dominating the first quarter, opening the game on a 12-0 run en route to a 15-3 opening quarter of play. Milford holding a 25-point lead at halftime, and when all was said and done, a 54-19 final score. Milford with the victory over Hopedale, so they were able to quickly brush off that disappointing 51-45 loss to North Attleboro by getting back in the win column in their most recent game. So that was that 7th win of the season overall, a non-conference victory for Milford, and that puts them already just 3 wins shy of guaranteeing themselves a playoff berth. Such a different position for this Milford team to be in this year than where they were at this point on the calendar a year ago. At this time last season, Milford with just 4 wins on the season. They were 4-7. They were in the midst of a very tough stretch, a 7-game losing streak at this point in last season that really put Milford behind the 8 ball. They tried to fight back late in the season, but were unable to get back to the 500 mark. But a very different story so far this season. Milford, one of the top teams in the Hockomock League, coming into play tonight, still in 3rd place position. The top 3 teams in the division so far this year have been very tough. North Attleboro still leads the way. They are a perfect 7-0 in league play, 9-2 overall on the season, followed by Foxborough in 2nd place. They are 6-1 overall, 5-1 in league play, and then it is the 7-2 Lady Scarlet Hawks. So it is a bunched up field in the top 3 spots in the Davenport standings, 3 outstanding teams, and Milford counted among them. They take on a Sharon team that is looking to try to get out of a tough stretch of their own. As I mentioned, 4-7 coming into the game here tonight. They have just 4 wins on the season. 3 of them have come against non-conference competition, so just 1 win to show for their efforts through the Hockomock League so far this year. Sharon most recently coming off of a loss to Stoughton High School back on January 17th. That was a 43-29 loss. Defense was a point of emphasis for this Sharon team in the offseason, and their coaching staff very confident that that defense would be a strong point. However, that has not been the case so far this season. 57 points per game. That is how much this Sharon defense has been allowing this season. That is the high watermark in all of the Hockomock League. The most points allowed per game belong to this Sharon defense, so that is possibly something that Milford can exploit on the floor here tonight. A good Davenport Division showdown on this Friday evening as the Milford Lady Scarlet Hawks get set to take on the Sharon Lady Eagles. We'll have the starting 5s and the opening tip when we come back next here on Milford TV. It is time to get this one started between Milford and Sharon girls basketball here on Milford TV. First, your starting 5s. For the Sharon Lady Eagles, it is number 12, Shira Stoller, number 15, Anna Crosby, number 20, Veronica Wallace, number 21, Emma Eberhardt, and number 25, Hannah Fields. And for Milford, it is the usual starting 5 of Kate Irwin, Nicole Dahlgren, Christine Pye, Jill Burley, and Juliana Tracy. As Tim Coette and Patrick Garapi bring you the call on tonight's action. Girls basketball here on Milford TV. And Patrick, welcome back into our Milford TV sports coverage.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here for my first ladies basketball game and eager to see what happens here tonight. You talked earlier about the defenses and the differences. Well, tonight we should probably key in on that with such comparable offenses. See if Sharon can step up their game to challenge these Milford Lady Hawks.
Milford controls the opening tip. Nicole Dahlgren handling the basketball, now swinging it to Jill Burley, now into the hands of Kate Irwin. It will be Dahlgren who gets freed up for the three-point shot, no good. Rebound initially pulled down by Christine Pye, but wrestled away by Sharon. And now the Lady Eagles bring it up the floor. Outside around the perimeter to Anna Crosby, one of the seniors. Now back outside as this ball deflects off the hands of Sharon. And now Kate Irwin back there with quick hands, and the ball deflects off the foot of Sharon's Shira Stoller.
And that's a great job there by Irwin on the defensive end, staying alert and watching that play develop and able to stick with her defensive assignment and come away with a steal.
Jill Burley with the pass inside to Christine Pye, looking for the quick shot off the inbounds, but nothing doing.
Good stout defense there from Hannah Fields.
Stoller up the floor, but her pass is picked off by Christine Pye, but now the pass through center court gets intercepted by Sharon. They take it inside, and now the whistle. So a couple of turnovers apiece through this opening minute and 4 seconds.
Lots of great defense. There's another example.
Blocked inside. The shot attempt stuffed by Shira Stoller, but a sloppy pass up the floor, and Milford turns it over once again. So some good play out of this Eagles defense, ready to go. And now the long three-pointer is nailed down by Emma Eberhardt.
Good work along the perimeter there from Sharon. Pays off with the three.
Eberhardt, just a sophomore, but she was one of the top 3 scorers on this Sharon offense a season ago. Came in as one of the Hockomock League players to watch in girls basketball. Here's Kate Irwin looking to answer back, and she gets the 3 to rattle home.
Responding with some perimeter work of their own. Nice work by the Lady Hawks.
Tied at 3 now, 2 minutes into this first quarter. And the ball deflected.
Turnovers continue. Early theme in this game here, and it's still lots of time to go in the first quarter.
Ball back into play in the hands of Kate Irwin. Dahlgren now guarded closely, gets the pass away back to Jill Burley. Burley now feeds Irwin on the near wing. Not a lot of room to operate, but she gets the pass to Christine Pye, who finishes the job.
And that was a great dish by Irwin there, using her awareness and finding the open teammate.
Back to Eberhardt again. She thought about it from 3, instead takes it a couple of steps inside the arc and then gets 2.
Great start for Eberhardt here, and really jump-starting her team's offense early on.
Now it's Dahlgren the other way off the back of the rim, and Eberhardt now pulls down the rebound. Stoller now taking her time as she crosses center court. The pass to Eberhardt, who marks out some instructions now, tosses an awkward shot up. Maybe thought she was going to get some contact on the way up. Instead, now it's Irwin the other way. Her three-point shot well off the mark that time.
Good work inside.
Christine Pye with the offensive board keeps the possession going for Milford. A 5-5 score. Dahlgren, not a lot of room to operate. Now here's Burley. She sees a lane to the basket. The defense closes in. Burley gets fouled.
And that's what Milford really needs to do, is take it to the basket. It's been too much perimeter work here in the early going. They got to work the ball down low to Pye more.
Some miscommunication here for Milford as Dahlgren was over by the bench. And almost another turnover, but Dahlgren able to clean it up. Dishes a bounce pass to Pye. Her shot won't go.
Good chance for Pye there, just a little bad luck.
Sharon pushes the tempo, gets it up to Eberhardt quickly. She misses on the shot, but pulls down her own rebound. Now gets the pass to Stoller. Her shot is off the back of the rim, and that ball will deflect out of play.
Eberhardt's been all over the court in this early going. A real player to watch.
Milford basketball with a little over 4 minutes to play in the first quarter as Irwin almost loses her footing in the backcourt. There's Dahlgren again working outside. A tough pass into Burley. Burley nearly saving that one. Tried to send it out of bounds off of Sharon.
Good effort there by Burley, but just a little bit short on it.
Nicole Dahlgren heading to the bench now. Jess Tomaso gets her first action of the night. Here's Eberhardt up the far sideline. She's guarded by Tomaso. Now the handoff in the corner. Back to Eberhardt outside. Milford paying a lot of attention to Eberhardt now after those early shots. Decent look inside for Sharon, no good, and losing her footing at the end was Hannah Fields after the miss. Couldn't pull down the rebound. Now Milford all the way to the basket. It's Tomaso up and under for two.
What a play by Tomaso, running the floor by herself, finding the openings, taking it in for the layup.
Puts Milford on top 7-5. Now Sharon trying to quickly cut to the basket. That was Veronica Wallace. Pause in the action here with 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go. Now Sharon gets the ball back out on the court. It's Stoller to Eberhardt in the corner, gets it to rattle home for three.
She's hot in this game. I think that's about 8 points at the very least for her tonight.
8 points indeed, with still just under 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Very strong start.
All the points.
And now they'll count that from three-point range for Jill Burley.
Good response here as the offense is finally starting to pick up.
It was all defense through the early minutes, but the offenses on each side really heating up as now Juliana Tracy, too easy inside, left all alone. Good pass, good finish.
Fantastic pass by Tomaso there, setting up the play.
The handoff back to Emma Eberhardt. Now Crosby back to Eberhardt. Drives inside, tries to get the high bank off the glass, but nothing doing. Now here's the speed of Burley. Couldn't quite get around Stoller. Now they swing it to Christine Pye. She was wide open on the wing, and she gets three.
It looks like she almost doubted herself there. She really went to follow up with that shot, but she nailed it.
3 3-pointers now from 3 different players for the Scarlet Hawks as they take a 15-8 lead. Sharon looking for the quick answer, no good. Hard contact as Tracy and Hannah Fields both went up for the rebound. Possession with Sharon. Anna Crosby goes to the bench for the Lady Eagles as the ball ends up outside in the hands of Wallace. Now they swing it around back to Eberhardt. A little bit of space there for Caitlin Wallace, who tosses up the three. It's no good, but she will head to the line.
Tough contesting from Milford, and a little too hard there. So see if you foul shot attempts here and see if Sharon can seize the opportunity.
Coach Dolliver getting more of the bench involved. Jill Valenzola now out on the floor, as is Emily Pierre-Gustavo. Wallace knocks down her first free throw attempt, so the first player other than Emma Eberhardt to get on the score sheet for Sharon. One more free throw to go. Wallace able to make 2 out of 3. Brings Sharon's deficit down to 5 points with less than 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. Here's Tommaso to the basket, and she gets fouled.
Good power move to the basket, and that's what you need to see from Milford. Good aggression, and that's going to draw calls like that one.
Milford with the opportunity to get their entire team involved in that victory over Hopedale on Wednesday. Every single member of the team got into the game. Every single player on the team scored at least 1 point. It's a good, valuable experience for the team and a good opportunity for Coach Dolliver to take stock of his second unit players. Tommaso, a perfect trip to the free throw line. Puts the Milford lead back at 7. Stoller, the pass into traffic. They'll call the jump ball. Possession arrow going Sharon's way.
Fortunate to retain possession there. Still playing just a little bit sloppy, but only down by 7 points.
Coming down to the last minute of the quarter as that shot clanks off the rim. Collected by Milford. Dahlgren back out on the floor, gives the pass to Pierre Gustavo. Now outside on the perimeter, it's Valenzola before handing off back to Dahlgren. The ball left behind, Valenzola has it. Shot clock ticking down to 10 seconds. It's now back to Tommaso. As they call the foul on the floor.
Tommaso continues to draw the calls. Good effort by her.
Call that foul on Caitlin Wallace, one of 2 freshmen on this varsity team for Sharon. Allie Brown, the other. Emma Liskoff out on the floor for the first time as Dahlgren just no luck around the rim. Valenzola with the second chance effort, no good. Dahlgren from her knees gets the rebound. Now the pass back to Valenzola. She tosses up the shot, but after the whistle, and that one going against the Lady Scarlet Hawks.
Yeah, but good ball movement from the Hawks in that instance there, in a little bit of a pressure situation.
Home run pass right on the money, that time for Sharon, as it ends up in the hands of Miranda Chung. She gets the shot, and no, they'll wave it off. They'll say offensive foul. So good play for Milford defensively to get back.
You could tell that really energized the Milford bench as we head into the final seconds of this quarter.
Milford getting into position with the feet set to take that charge. Good play. You know, Coach Dolliver appreciates it as Liskoff was a little offline on the 3. Now here's Eberhardt. Open court in front of her, but she couldn't finish on the layup. And Liskoff will just hang on to the rebound as time expires. A very fast-moving first quarter of play. Milford ends up with 17 first quarter points. They lead Sharon 17-10. We'll take a quick timeout. Back with the second quarter when we come back next here on Milford TV. A 17-10 Lady Hawks lead as we begin second quarter action. Tim Coet and Patrick Garapi here on the call for Milford TV.
And real quick, Tim, on that last play of the first quarter there with Eberhardt charging on a breakaway, that was good defensive pressure by Jess Tommaso getting back and causing some disruption and keeping her off the board.
Milford called for the travel on the opening possession of the second quarter. Milford with Irwin, Dahlgren, Tommaso, Liskoff, and Valenzola, the 5 on the floor. Eberhardt once again with the basketball in her hand. She dishes out to Shira Stoller. And now Chung, who nearly had that shot late in the quarter, if not for the Tommaso charge, still out there. Missed shot for the Lady Eagles. Liskoff with the rebound. Now Dahlgren running the floor. Bounce pass to Valenzola. Nice move around a defender, and she finishes.
What a great move, using her size to her advantage, pulling the ball up over the head and going in for the layup.
The lead up to 9 now for Milford. A shot from the free throw line, you can count it. for Stoller.
Good high floater there from Stoller.
She's been active on the floor so far in this one, but those are just her first 2 points of the night. Kate Irwin driving inside, and she gets fouled.
Looks like Eberhardt might have gotten a hand in there.
Just 3 points from Kate Irwin so far, but really a testament to this Milford offense that she is not the only weapon out on the floor anymore. This is a diverse offensive attack. Irwin missing on the layup that time. Milford again close to pulling down the rebound, but Sharon able to come away with it. Stoller looking for that pass inside. She spies Eberhardt on the other side of the floor, but Valenzola able to intercept. Outside Dahlgren works it down low to Valenzola. This time she can't get the shot to fall.
Tough break there, good open look for her.
Now a hard move to the basket for Stoller. Sharon's had a hard time finishing those looks inside. Now here's Irwin, who accelerates, has the ball poked away as she went up.
Continue tough luck for Irwin, but as long as she keeps trying, she'll eventually break through.
Stays Milford ball with still 23 seconds on the shot clock as that ball again deflected out of play. Valenzola going up for the shot. Eberhardt swatting the ball out of play. Back in the hands of Milford as they send it around the perimeter. Back inside to Valenzola. They like that matchup inside, but again, Valenzola can't come through with the basket. 5.5 minutes to go in the first half, as Eberhardt will take the long three off the front of the rim, and Milford commits the foul.
And unfortunately for Sharon, Eberhardt's really cooled off from that hot start she had, scoring the first 8 points of the game for them. As now it's fortunate still be only down by 7 points, but we'll see how the game continues to move along.
To the line now, Faith Gomolka. We saw Faith Gomolka come to town with the Sharon girls volleyball team in our coverage this past fall. Speaking of volleyball, the head coach of the Milford team, Linda Zakili, along with her husband Nick, in the audience tonight, taking in this game several of her varsity volleyball players out there on the floor for this basketball team. Meanwhile, 2 misses from the line for Gomolka that time. Ball jarred loose, but Milford recovers. Here's Dahlgren to Tommaso, now inside to Christine Pye, back into the game. She has it poked away. Eberhardt, they close in defensively. She's able to get the pass away, the ball up for grabs now, and back into Eberhardt's hand as that ball just kept ping-ponging back and forth from team to team.
A sure game of hot potato there, Tim.
Under 5 minutes to go. They can't find Eberhardt open. They instead swing it around to Allie Brown. And the timeout is called by the head coach of the Sharon Lady Eagles, Cliff Tomasian. That stops the clock with 4 minutes and 41 seconds to play in the first half. Milford with a 19-12 advantage over Sharon. We'll step away for the timeout and be back right after this on Milford TV. Continuing coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics here on Milford TV. The Lady Hawks basketball team taking on the Sharon Eagles. And Sharon will inbound the basketball with 4 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the second quarter.
More great defense. Pass
from Brown, picked off by Liskov. She goes coast to coast, can't get the bounce, gets her own rebound, and then gets the push from behind.
Great job by Liskov. A lot of awareness there on that play all around.
Liskov will go to the line. Emma Liskov with 10 points in the win over Hopedale on Wednesday. She was able to knock down some quality outside shots. Goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Back up to a 9-point lead. Sharon able to quickly advance the ball. Milford back in numbers. Eberhardt looking to drive inside, has to send it back out. The long 2 gets banked home by Allie Brown. That's her first points.
That's a really good shot by Brown, shooting over some taller defenders.
And on the other side of the floor, Dahlgren answers right back. They find the open pass to Faith Gomolka, but she could not get the layup. Now trying for that pass ahead to Jill Burley, and a little too far out in front.
You can tell Milford's starting to feel it a little bit more as this game progresses, and they're looking to pull away.
We've talked a lot in previous broadcasts about the quality of Milford's transition offense. We haven't seen too much of it so far tonight. Trying to push the tempo a little bit more as the second quarter goes on, and there is Nicole Dahlgren with the three-pointer to up Milford's total to 26.
Great job shooting from the perimeter for the Lady Hawks tonight, and also great job on the defense too, as highlighted early on.
That's 5 quick points now for Nicole Dahlgren in the second quarter. Ticking down to the final 3 minutes of the half as Eberhardt works around Jill Burley, then gets stripped on the way up to the rim. And then the foul committed. .307 to play. And so the foul committed by Sharon. This will send Christine Pye to the free throw line. Sharon back up the floor after the free throw miss. Stoller inside, and this time the foul going against Milford.
Just a little too aggressive on that reach in there, Tim, but best for them to keep up that style of play.
Kate Irwin getting a few moments rest on the bench, comes back out onto the floor. It's Irwin along with Burley, Pye, Liskoff, and Dahlgren. Sharon called for the traveling violation.
Good defense by Irwin there, eventually leading to her opponent leads to the travel.
Irwin taking the ball up the floor. There's Burley working her way inside. Had a little bit of space to the basket, but just could not elevate the basketball enough.
She had a good look there, just tough luck.
Sharon gets the runner.
Stoller's shown some nice moves in this game. Granted, it's not where her team wants to be, but she really has showed up to play here tonight.
A chance to finish off the three-point play and bring the deficit back to single digits. After the missed free throw, Sharon a chance to retain possession. It's Stoller again, works it outside. And a long two missed by Miranda Chung. Now the ball up for grabs. They call the very quick jump ball. Once again, the possession arrow going Sharon's way. A lob pass outside, almost pulled away by Emma Liskoff, and another whistle. Pace of the second quarter getting slowed down a bit. Still 2 minutes and 13 seconds to go until the half.
Sharon showing some good fight here. heading into the end of the first half, looking to close the gap and keep it a game.
Evangelina Leesma about to shoot free throws. Knocking down the second. 26-17, Milford with the lead. They get the ball quickly up to Burley. Now mishandled by Dahlgren, but an athletic play to save it. Now the high floating shot from Jill Burley is no good.
A couple of mishandles on that possession, Tim. One from Burley early on where she would have had a nice open look at the basket.
A chance for Sharon to chip away at the deficit a bit more. And doing this right now with Eberhardt on the bench. Emma Eberhardt sitting with 1:43 to play in the half.
Drawing lots of fouls, though, on the Milford defense.
Back to the line. This time it's Shira Stoller. She has that one rattle home. Stoller with 5 points now. One more free throw to go. We can make it 6 points for the Sharon Junior. Sharon going on a little mini run here, and now they're able to get the steal. They push it inside, and the ball deflects out of play. They'll say it went off of Milford on the way out.
Starting to see some confidence from the Sharon team.
A long outside shot, no good. Burley with the rebound all the way up the near sideline to the basket. And Burley shaken up a little bit after the contact.
Good effort by Burley there. Stoller just as quick to get back on the defensive end and meet her there.
Coach Dolliver with some strong words from the sidelines as we've seen this defense falter a little bit for Milford here over these last few minutes.
And all-around play too, really, Tim. The offense has gone kind of stagnant in here for a while. It looked like they were about to run away with it.
Two misses from the free throw line for Jill Burley. It keeps the Milford lead at 7 with 1:15 to play. Now the quick drive inside, losing the handle on the basketball was Elisma. Sharon fights for it, stays with it. Now the shot inside, no good. Quickly up the floor, this time hitting Burley in stride, but again, she can't finish.
Tough break for Burley. Again, Irwin made a great play to get the ball to her, but just couldn't finish that play.
Under a minute to go as that ball is knocked loose by the active hands of Jill Burley. It's Irwin now full speed ahead, takes contact, no whistle, and the shot misses. Irwin slow to get to her feet. Now coming back into the play as Sharon slows the tempo down.
Looks like Irwin might be a little bit bothered by that fall, but still sticking it out.
22 seconds to play in the half. The shot clock winding down. The Sharon bench counts it out as the ball gets knocked loose, and that will go as a shot clock violation.
Good tight defense there from Milford, getting the hands on the ball and able to disrupt the shots.
8.3 seconds to go. Plenty of time for Milford to get the ball up the floor for one more shot.
Buzzer beater could help some morale here.
Here's Irwin, and they'll call Milford for the travel. And so now it's Sharon with 3.4 seconds. They'll inbound the basketball. And a chance now for the Lady Eagles to play for the final shot. And we'll have a timeout to talk it over with just 3.4 seconds to go. We'll take it as well. We'll have the end of this first half when we come back next on Milford TV. Here we go, 3.4 seconds left in the first half. Sharon will inbound. They lob the pass in, put it right back in the hands of Eberhardt. And good defense right to the buzzer for Milford. They do not allow the star player, Emma Eberhardt, to get a good look to the basket. So we head into halftime with the score remaining 26-19. Milford getting a little bit sloppy down the stretch there, Patrick.
Yeah, both teams actually getting a little bit sloppy. That was a bit of a rough play there for Sharon at the end. It looked well drawn up at first, but then things just seemed to kind of fall apart on him. And as for Milford, that traveling violation there is just something that they can't have looking to close out a half like that. I mean, this is a game that they could be ahead by so much more, and so we'll see what they've got in the second half.
So a 26-19 score. The lead was well up into double digits for Milford around the midway point of that second quarter, but Sharon able to close the gap. So 26-19, Milford over Sharon. As we've reached halftime, we will step away and have the beginning of quarter number 3. When we come back, stay tuned to coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics right here on Milford TV. Welcome back inside the Milford gym. Tim Coet and Patrick Garapi on the call here for Milford TV. Girls basketball tonight between Milford and Sharon. It is Milford with the 26-19 lead. Milford entering tonight's action in third place position in the Davenport standings. Sharon tied for fourth place. Milford at 7-2, Sharon at 4-7, and it is Milford who controls the basketball to get this third quarter underway. Nicole Dahlgren trying to get that bounce pass to Liskoff, but it's intercepted, and quick acceleration up the floor for Veronica Wallace, and she gets Sharon started off strong.
You know that's the kind of start that Sharon wants.
Turnovers, really one of the big storylines of the first half. Both of these teams committing quite a number of turnovers, but Sharon's defense in particular down the stretch in that second quarter, forcing a number of Milford turnovers, allowing them to claw their way back into this game. Now a 26-21 score.
And now a chance to make it a one-possession game.
A couple of different times in that first half, Milford led by double digits. Looking to regroup now as Sharon seems to have momentum continuing to go in their direction. Christine Pye swinging the pass outside to Tommaso, a little bit short on that three-pointer attempt.
Tommaso had a good look there, but a tough break for Milford as the downward trend continues for now. See if they can snap out of it.
Good contested shot, but Sharon swings it into the corner. No good from three-point range, and Irwin pulls down the rebound. She speeds past a defender. Now the no-look pass to Tommaso. Has time to set her feet, but again, just a little offline.
You know Irwin really wants to get going. She had a really slow first half and looking to pick it up here in the second.
They try to feed Eberhardt inside. The ball ricochets out, but stays with Sharon. Now trying for the hook shot. Anna Crosby, not enough lift.
Tough for Crosby going against two defenders there.
Still a 26-21 score as they look to continue to feed Tommaso in the near wing. Now they'll try Christine Pye for the long two. Her jump shot off the mark. Now it's Eberhardt. Her shot goes off the side of the rim. So we've seen some good looks on both sides of the floor, but neither team able to finish.
Yeah, just poor execution on the shots, Tim.
Irwin, an athletic move to pull down her own rebound and gets the second chance bucket.
Great job by Irwin there, following up on the play and making it happen.
That's just Kate's second made basket of the night, 5 points in total. They'll look for her to heat up as the second half goes on. Here's Eberhardt, she gets pinned down, swings it back out to Stoller. Shira Stoller now works inside. The deflection, back outside for two. Count it for Crosby.
Stoller does a really good job of creating space for herself, I'll tell you.
The foul committed right at center court. And that will be followed by the timeout call. So already a couple of minutes deep into this third quarter, 5 minutes and 11 seconds to go in this third quarter. It is now a 28-23 score with Milford in front of Sharon on coverage of Scarlet Hawks Athletics on Milford TV. Both teams coming back out of the timeout. And Patrick, right now this Milford offense looking a little bit out of sync.
Yeah, a little shaky to say the least right now. And like you said, they've had good looks, but it just seems that the release on their shots hasn't been clicking for them.
Irwin driving baseline. The ball ends up deflecting into the hands of Christine Pye. She gets it back now, trying to feed Liskoff on the move, but the pass offline and out of play.
The right idea, Tim, again, but just not good execution on the pass.
Christine Pye will head to the bench. Juliana Tracy back out on the floor. Head coach TJ Dolliver trying to find the right mix out on the floor to get this offense rolling again. The steal, Milford pushing it up the floor. Now Irwin will slow it down. The outside shot, no good. Tracy flies in for the rebound, but couldn't secure it. Now here's Eberhardt. Dahlgren able to get back defensively, contest the shot. And Sharon unable to make the basket. Now here's Liskoff. She'll go to the hoop and she gets fouled.
Good aggressive play by Liskoff there, and that's what we need, is just a chance for some easy free throws. Get some confidence back that way.
Liskoff makes the first.
What was a tough defensive start for Sharon that we talked about as ended up solidifying a little bit here as they've slowed down Milford's offensive point production, as now they're only just getting to 30 with about 4 minutes to go here in the third.
17 points in the first quarter for Milford, just 9 in the second quarter, and just 4 so far in the third. It was an even second quarter, 9 points apiece as Milford able to wrestle that ball away from the Lady Eagles, and now it's Dahlgren hitting Liskoff with the pass inside. Now back out in for Tommaso, and she gets the bank shot.
Nice job on the pass there by Dahlgren, able to work it inside. Tommaso could use a little bit of a boost, and that should help her.
And now another steal for Milford. Here's Liskoff working hard. No look pass to Kate Irwin.
2 straight sloppy offensive possessions for Sharon. It ends up costing him, setting him back.
A very quick 6 points in succession for the Lady Scarlet Hawks. Those free throws from Liskoff getting this offense to wake up a bit. Just like that, the lead is back up to 11 as they call the foul on Milford. They call it on Liskoff. Saw the reaction from Kate Irwin. She thought it was a good, clean block. As Shira Stoller goes to the line, missing her first.
You can tell she's a little upset with herself on that one. She's been a key player today for the Sharon Lady Eagles.
Nice friendly bounce on that second attempt. Brings it to an even 10-point margin. Here's Liskoff up the floor, and they'll call Liskoff for the travel.
Good defense there by Stoller.
(34-24), Milford leads it. We're under 3 minutes to play in the third. Sharon gets the whistle as the senior Anna Crosby tried to work her way inside, and Sharon will have a chance to inbound. And now Liskoff, and Tracy teaming up. They nearly had the steal, but Sharon able to recover. Now the ball loose again. This time Tracy able to secure it.
Good double team by Milford there, creating the havoc.
Kate Irwin wanted that ball on the near wing. She got it, missed the shot. Now Dahlgren from the other side of the floor, no good. Rebound this time by Liskoff. And Milford gets fouled, relentless on that trip up the floor.
That was Stoller on the foul there, trying to get it blocked, but it looks like she got hand-on-hand contact.
Better energy for Milford over these last several minutes. Sharon getting some fresh personnel out onto the floor. And for Emma Liskoff, she is a perfect 6 for 6 from the free throw line so far tonight.
And that's exactly what you need, is good production there. Those are free points.
Bounce pass a little off the mark. Tommaso there quickly for another Milford turnover. Now it's Kate Irwin. Dishes off to Nicole Dahlgren. Dahlgren finds Tommaso moving towards the basket. And another whistle stops the clock at 1:40 to go.
Well, for the time being, it looks like Milford's managed to right the ship after seeing their lead dwindle down to about 5 points. Now reestablishing a 12-point advantage.
Coach Dolliver brings Emma Liskoff to the bench. She gets a hearty round of applause from her teammates. Very good production. The second straight game out of Emma Liskoff. Good ball movement this time for Sharon. Player cutting to the basket. It was Caitlin Wallace, but she couldn't finish. Milford quickly ends the possession. Kate Irwin driving baseline before they send it back outside for Tommaso. A good look again from three-point range, but Tommaso just has not had that outside shot tonight.
Wide open opportunity too, and you know she's got to be a little frustrated with herself.
Under a minute to play. The third quarter winding down. And again, just no luck for Wallace. A good look at point-blank range. Now the feed to Kate Irwin. She passes up the possible three-point attempt. They instead send it over to Burley. No good on the shot. Another, offensive rebound for Juliana Tracy. Tracy to Dahlgren with the shot clock down to 13. And they try to find Irwin. Telegraph that pass a little bit too much. Miranda Chung able to make the steal and gets the bucket.
That's a nice play by Chung. She was waiting on that. I was watching her closely and definitely had a close eye on that play develop.
Timeout called again on the floor, 36-26. The Milford lead is 10. 13.9 seconds remain in the third quarter in this matchup of Milford against Sharon here on Milford TV. We returned from the timeout. The final 10 seconds about to tick down in this third quarter. Milford looking to play for the last shot. Dahlgren inside has that ball deflected. So it's the second time tonight we've seen Milford with an opportunity to play for the final shot, but they're unable to get a shot off. And now Sharon with a couple of seconds to work with. They heave it from half court. And just offline from Allie Brown, the freshman. Right from that center circle, had a shot, but it does not land. And so the deficit for Sharon stays at 10 points, 36-26. And you could really see sort of a switch get flipped, I should say. Easy for me to say, Patrick, for Milford over the course of that third quarter. A sluggish start, but they were able to put it together offensively, and also some nice turnovers on the defensive side of the floor.
Yeah, absolutely, and thank goodness for them. As we mentioned, their lead got down pretty low there. It almost became a one-possession game, so it's really important for them to start battling back before they really gave too much momentum away to Sharon. And Sharon continues to stay pretty aggressive in their own right. I mean, it is only a 10-point game, and anything can happen in the final frame here. So let's see what does happen.
And for Sharon, Emma Eberhardt was such a big part of their offense in the first quarter, knocking down a couple of big three-point shots, an 8-point performance in the first quarter, but she has been held completely off the score sheet since that opening quarter of play. They've had to get it from other means, and that's a big reason why Milford has the advantage right now. Milford returns to the floor with Nicole Dahlgren, Juliana Tracy, Jill Burley, Emily Pierre-Gustavo, and Kate Irwin. As Sharon will have an opportunity to inbound the basketball, Shira Stoller sends it in to Emma Eberhardt. As the fourth quarter gets going, Tim Coet and Patrick Garapi with you here on the call for Milford TV. Eberhardt outside to Crosby. The shot is short.
Tough angle for Crosby to come in on, too.
Outside look for Jill Burley. Milford building this 10-point lead tonight without really much of an outside shooting game. They were able to get a couple of three-pointers in the first quarter. They had 3 threes in the first frame. They've only knocked down 1 since then.
Yeah, I believe they started the game with those 3 threes, so it's something that they need to move away from if it's not going to work for them.
Early free throws in this fourth quarter for Stoller. A make and a miss for Stoller. 4 out of 7 from the line so far tonight. Now here's Irwin. Bit of an off-balance, awkward shot on the basket, no good.
Tough runner for Irwin there. I mean, she's playing with a lot of heart and hustle, but just not getting the results tonight on the offensive side.
Sharon able to keep this possession alive. They floated in the lane, no good, and they call the jump ball. Again, a quick call as Tracy was able to wrestle the ball away, but good news for Milford, possession arrow going their way.
You could tell she wanted it.
Not many players with more toughness inside than the junior Juliana Tracy. Now gets the ball on the offensive side of the floor, quickly sends it back out to Burley. Burley leaves it behind for Irwin from 3, and there it is.
Oh, she felt good about that one. You could tell right from the release, she felt really good.
And that gives Irwin 10 points now in the game. Now it's Eberhardt who will try it on the other end, off the side of the rim. Tracy eventually finds Irwin with the basketball. Pierre Gustavo will shoot the 3 now. Close, but no good that time for Emily Pierre Gustavo. Stoller all the way up the floor. The Eagles called for the travel.
Not good for the Eagles, too, as we start to get down here in the waning minutes. Each possession is critical for them to chip away at this deficit.
Again, they find Burley outside. Irwin cutting to the basket. The foul is called.
Another good, hard, aggressive play from Irwin as she looks to help put this game away for her team. Trying to be a crunch time player.
Irwin, her first trip to the free throw line tonight. And she's 2 for 2. Little space inside, but no finish for Sharon on that trip.
Just haven't had the touch on those inside shots tonight.
Burley, an excellent look from three-point range. Just a tough night tonight for Burley. Sharon knocks one down the other way. It's Stoller. And now the quick steal from Eberhardt. Leads to the three-point look for Wallace.
And that could have been a big swing for them right there. Fortunately for Milford, only 3 points got on the board.
Four minutes and 49 seconds left in this basketball game. It's an 11-point Milford advantage. As Milford gets the personnel sorted out on the floor. Emma Liskoff back out there after a very good performance in the third quarter. Tommaso trying to feed Liskoff. Tommaso gets it back. 16 seconds on the shot clock as they get the three-point shot from Tracy. It's no good. Milford gets the rebound and then they get fouled. This will send Tommaso to the line. And Shira Stoller now to the bench. She has been a hard worker for this Lady Eagles team all night long.
Absolutely well-deserved round of applause there, Tim.
Tommaso 3 out of 4 from the free throw line on the night. Here's Eberhardt. She goes hard to the basket off the back of the rim.
Boy, you got to feel for Eberhardt tonight. After that hot start, this is not at all what I would have expected.
About midway through this fourth quarter as Sharon tried to go for the steal. Milford holds on to it. Now the ball pops out of play. It stays with Milford with 14 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Tommaso. She'll try it again from 3. You can tell that's a spot on the floor. She's comfortable shooting the 3. It just hasn't been there. As the gym quiets down, you can hear the frustration from Coach Dolliver after a bit of a defensive breakdown.
Eberhardt finally stopping that drought.
Could not complete the three-point play, however. Back to a 10-point margin at 42-32. Liskoff gets fouled. Looks like they'll call it. Looked initially like the call was going to go against Eberhardt. I believe they ultimately called it on Gomolka. Pierre Gustavo to the bench. The captain, Nicole Dahlgren, back out on the floor. And the first free throw miss of the night for Liskoff. Fights for the miss. Nearly had the putback.
Good hands there stealing it, but just coming up a little short. Oh, what a denial.
Great hands for Tracy, but Sharon gets it back. Eberhardt passed up the look from 3, shoots the 2, misses. Another rebound for the Lady Eagles as we come down to 3 minutes to play. It's Eberhardt wide open from 3.
Look who's back.
5 points now in this fourth quarter. And a little bit of a lazy pass from Liskoff. It's intercepted, but the ball ends up out of play. Milford gets the benefit of that.
Now she's flying all over the court. Back on the defensive end.
Sharon working their way back into this one late as Tommaso takes the look from the far side of the floor and misses. Here's Eberhardt again from three, a high arcing shot off the back of the rim, and Tommaso comes away with the rebound. Coach Oliver wanting to call the timeout, looking to regroup. He starts out towards the middle of the court before coming back to talk things over with the team. You can see Coach Oliver is not pleased with what his team has done on the defensive end of the floor, Patrick, over these last few possessions.
Oh, I can understand why. He wants to see his team finish the game strong, and what was a double-digit lead is now back down to 8, and still plenty of time left in this game. The defense has been shaky at times and pretty good at others, but inconsistent overall. You'd have to give a lot of credit still to Sharon, though. They're well underneath right now their average output on points given up per game.
Right now, Sharon outscoring Milford in this fourth quarter 9-7. Milford had a 10-point lead coming into the fourth quarter. It's a 7-point margin right now. It's an 8-point margin, 43-35. Sometimes that quick math in your head can be tricky.
Hate math.
Here's Irwin up the floor. The bounce pass from Dahlgren to Juliana Tracy. Sharon able to get in there defensively.
It really was a nice bounce pass there. If it had just a little more steam on it, it might have had a chance to get in, but there you go.
Dahlgren finds the shot off the inbounds pass. They close in on Eberhardt driving to the basket. Call the foul on the floor. They send it outside for Wallace. Eberhardt now handling the basketball, guarded closely by Tommaso. Not enough on the shot attempt by Caitlin Wallace that time. The basketball stays with Sharon with 16 seconds on the shot clock. 1:55 to go in the game. Game feels closer than the 10-point margin it's at right now.
It really does, Tim, and that's because of the swings that we've seen in this game. Once one team gets hot, they seem to go on a bit of a run.
The blocking foul against Dahlgren. Jill Burley comes back off the bench as Dahlgren heads off the floor. Free throws for Caitlin Wallace. She has 3 points so far in the game. They've all come from the free throw line.
Must-hit free throws for Sharon right there.
And now they put the pressure on in the backcourt. Tommaso, a good pass away to Juliana Tracy as Milford is able to advance to the front court. Under 90 seconds to play as they find Liskoff with the pass before swinging it back out to Tommaso. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Now it's Irwin. Irwin's going to have to put up the shot. She floats it in, but not quite enough. And Our sideline cameraman, Malcolm Zale, with the quick reflexes to get out of the way of that loose basketball. The possession goes to Sharon. Coming down to the final minute. The lead is 8 for Milford. Sharon taking their time. Shot no good for Eberhardt.
Now he's trying to milk the clock here a little bit.
The coaching staff for Sharon imploring for the steal. And now the reach in by Veronica Wallace. She gets called for the foul.
You gotta give these Sharon girls a lot of credit. I mean, they have bad reputation defensively, but they've really kept this game in check, all things considered. I mean, it never got too far out of hand, and they always were within striking distance.
Yeah, tough schedule to open up for Sharon. We talked about it during the pregame, the 57 points allowed per game, which is the highest mark in the Hockomock League. But you look at some of the competition they've gone up against so far, in particular facing an Attleboro offense back on December 20th. That Attleboro offense at times this season has been the highest scoring offense in terms of both boys and girls teams in the Hockomock League. Attleboro dropping 92 points in a regulation game against Sharon back on December 20th, a 92-55 final score. That's certainly going to up your average. Also, the Foxborough Lady Warriors dropping 73 points back-to-back nights. Sharon allowing 73 points in a 73-34 loss to Foxborough, and then a 73-48 loss to North Attleboro. So Sharon has played some of the toughest competition in the Hockomock League through the first half of their season. And it's certainly shown in some of those final scores, but a scrappy team to say the least.
Absolutely battle tested, I believe is the word for it.
Free throws now for Irwin out of the timeout. .11 points now for Kate. Can't convert on the second attempt. It's a 9-point margin. Coming down to the final 30 seconds, they hand off to Eberhardt. She drives inside, the off-balance shot, no good. Burley fights for the rebound. And they are forced to foul Irwin. Stops the clock with 25.9 to play. All of Irwin's free throws have come in this fourth quarter. She's 3 out of 5. One more to go here. Back up to double digits at 48-37. They drive inside, can't get the layup from Caitlin Wallace. And the rebound pulled down by Milford. And it looks like we won't see a foul out of Sharon as the final seconds come down. And Milford able to dribble out the rest of the clock. They had to work for it here all the way through the second half, but it ends up as a 48-37 victory for Milford over Sharon tonight. And Milford able to seal the deal with a quality performance here in the fourth quarter, Patrick.
Yeah, it got a little hairy at times, but they stuck to their game plan, and knowing that they had a good size advantage against this team too, really showed some good presence down low. Working the rebounds on the boards there, and it translated to getting just enough points. Really, it wasn't a blowout by any means.
And really, an understated but important performance in this game tonight was out of the captain, Emma Liskoff, We've had a chance now to see back-to-back games for this girls team this week, and Emma playing well in both games, but in particular here tonight knocking down 7 of 8 free throws, and those were important points as you look at that close margin of victory. So a quality win for Milford tonight against a Davenport Division opponent. It puts their win-loss total on the year now to 8-2 overall, which puts Milford just 2 wins away from already guaranteeing themselves a playoff spot, as this is now just the official halfway point in the season for Milford. 10 games down and 10 games to go, and an 8-2 record overall on the season, 5-2 in league play. Sharon with the loss drops to 4-8 overall on the season and 1-7 against Hockomock League opponents. We will have coverage of this girls basketball team coming up next week. They will head out on the road for their next game on January 24th against Oliver Ames before returning to the home floor next Friday night, January 27th, with a game against that very tough Attleboro offense. So that is when we will see this team in action next. And until then, a big thank you to our Milford TV crew on hand for the game tonight, our director, Rob O'Keefe, our camera operators, Mike Sperling, Malcolm Zale, and John Giacomuzzi. And for Patrick Garapi, I am Tim Coet. Your final score one final time, Milford defeats Sharon by a final score of 48-37. This has been a presentation of Milford High School Athletics here on Milford TV. So long, everybody.